Good morning, it's Thursday the 16th of September. Back on Saturday the 28th of August, during the last bank holiday weekend, I attended Malham's show. It's the first one I'd been to since arriving here 2 years ago, as last year's was cancelled due to the pandemic. Everything was really well organised. As I was directed to a field that was being used as a car park, I looked over to seeing cows and sheep being unloaded against the beautiful backdrop of Malham Cove. On the showground, the many stalls were set up, along with the tent for the various entries for the competitions, for everything from homemade jam to handwriting, knitting, flower arranging, and assortment of vegetables waiting to be judged. The weather was beautiful, and hundreds of people, if not more, poured onto the showground. There was a wonderful positive atmosphere, as cows were brushed before being shown, vintage tractors polished, and everything from hot dogs to ice cream consumed. Malham Chapel had a rest tent, something they'd done in previous years. A space for people to rest a while, especially from the heat of the day. A chance then for some lovely conversations, and an opportunity to bless people with our knitted angels. Our tent was just across from the dry stone walling competition. Even by the time I arrived fairly early, the competition was well underway. Part of an existing wall had been taken down, divided into sections, and around 10 competitors had started rebuilding the wall. It was fascinating to watch throughout the day. On the Yorkshire Dry Stone Walling Guild website, it says that it's an old craft used for marking boundaries. It doesn't use cement, and the finished wall blends in with the surroundings, providing shelter and habitat for a range of animals and insects, and if built correctly, will last a lifetime or more. It's believed that there are more than 5,000 miles of dry stone walls in the Yorkshire Dales. The walls rely on their complex structure to stay up. Around 6 metres of wall can be built in a day, using around 12 tonnes of stone. It's said that a good dry stone waller never picks up a piece of stone twice, but is able to look at a pile of walling stone and pick up the right size and shape of stone every time. Larger stones make up the foundation upon which the 2 wall faces are built. The cavity between them is filled with smaller stones. Finally, the walls are finished or capped with large stones, laid at an angle. Watching those competitors at work reminded me of the passage in Acts chapter 4, which quotes from Psalm 118. Jesus is the stone you builders rejected, which has become the cornerstone. The stone is a metaphor for Jesus, rejected by the priests, elders and scribes, called the builders. Jesus became the most important stone, the stone that keeps the building together. Just as each of the stones in the wall is important, we are all important to God. We all have an important and unique part to play in God's world, and the most important stone is Jesus. May we remember that in whatever we are doing, that we keep Jesus as the most important stone in our lives. Let us pray. Loving God, as we marvel at the beauty of stone walls, we give thanks for the skills of those who have built them over the years. May they also remind us of Jesus, the cornerstone. Amen.